Hi everybody, this video is to help with the math assignment from Tuesday, November 3rd. We talked in class about using this area model strategy, and to use this area model strategy, you need to pull apart the numbers by their place value. Another thing we talked about, and I can't stress this enough, it can be really challenging for the kids to use Seesaw in the computer, in the laptop, to write in numbers and do math on the computer screen. I get it, that's hard. They are more than welcome to draw these problems out on paper and send me a picture of their work. I cannot just accept a list of answers typed into something. I have to at least see their work. My goal is not just that they can do a multiplication problem, but it's that they know how to use an area model to show that they understand that. So if they draw this out on paper, that is totally fine. This is one of the problems on the page, so I'll go through it here. I'm going to go kind of quickly just to make it easier to upload this, this video and easier for you all to get to it, but feel free to pause and rewind as it goes if you miss something. So the first step is to pull apart the numbers. So we're going to take 622 and we're going to put the 600 out here. Oh, sorry, I don't want to do that. I want to use a different color to differentiate. We'll use 600 and then 20 and then 2. And then down the other side, we're going to take 31 and we're going to pull it into 30 and 1. If you're ever unsure if you've pulled the numbers apart correctly, simply add them up and see if they end up being the same as the numbers up here in the problem. For example, 600 plus 20 plus 2 is 622. 30 plus 1 is 31. Some kids will accidentally just put a 3 here. So to check, 3 plus 1 is 4. That would be wrong. 30 plus 1, 31. Now as we go through, we're going to multiply based on what is outside these squares. So the numbers outside this square are 2 and 30. I like to think of this by making it a multiplication fact. So 2 times 3 is 6, and I'll add that 1 0 I ignored. Right below here I have 2 and 1 outside the square, so 2 times 1 is 2. Moving over here, this square now has 20 and 30 outside this square. I'm going to once again make it a multiplication fact. 2 times 3 is 6. And for this problem, I ignored 1 0 there and 1 0 there. So I need to add in 2 zeros behind my 6. Down below that, 20 times 1. Remember, anything times 1 is simply itself. Okay, now this final column here, this one is 600 times 30. Holy moly, those are some big numbers. Well, let's make it a multiplication fact. Let's do 6 times 3 is 18. And now let's check on our zeros. 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros. We need to add in 3 zeros behind that 18. 1, 2, 3. And then underneath that, we have 600 times 1. That gives us 600. Okay, we've now done our first step in this problem. We now have a whole bunch of what we like to call partial products. The next thing we need to do is add them up. Oh my gosh, 5th graders. So many kids do all this multiplication right, only to then mess up on the addition part. I know you all know how to add, we just gotta make sure we're going careful enough and that we're taking time to line up the numbers. When I'm doing this, I always like to start with the biggest number and go from the biggest to the smallest. It helps me keep things in a nice even line, and it helps me not forget a number. Now as we add these up, the first number is a bunch of zeros and 2. That gives me 2. 6 plus 2 is my next column. That gives me 8. After that I have 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. That gives me an answer of 19,282.